Good evening and happy pre-Sabbath.
Good evening. Happy Sabbath. Pre-Sabbath.
Yeah. This week has been so busy, I didn't even get the paper stapled together.
It's good you got the papers.
Yeah. Well, we'll start with one here. It's a little behind time, but we'll see what happens here. Does anybody know when the first Father's Day was celebrated?
Long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, a long time ago.
1936.
June 19, 1910. Sonora Louise Smart Dodd heard a church sermon on the newly established Mother's Day and wanted to honor her father, Civil War veteran William Jackson Smart, who had raised 6 children by himself after his wife died in childbirth. Louise Dodd drew up a petition supported by the Young Men's Christian Association and the ministers of Spokane, Washington, to celebrate Father's Day. In 1916, Woodrow Wilson spoke at a Spokane Father's Day service. President Nixon in 1972 established Father's Day as a permanent national observance. Okay. This one here, these little stories are getting to be quite often since there is drugs made legal. In Albany, New York, a woman is facing several serious charges after police say she was found passed out at a stop sign neighborhood with a needle in her arm and a child in the car. According to the arrest report, when officers arrived at the scene a little after 6 p.m., witness had already removed the child from the vehicle. Witnesses told police they found the woman, identified as 24-year-old Tara Boyd, with a needle in her arm, passed out of the wheel with her foot on the brake in drive. She was arrested. Car search, police say they found a small bag and a spoon with apparent heroin residue, as well as needles and suspected synthetic marijuana. And people call that fun. And that's one thing I've never gone and gotten a shot and called it fun. This article, I couldn't download it because it was in the newspaper and they wouldn't allow you to copy. So I had to copy and paste, but I got the highlights here. Boy. The Catholic religion is the biggest satanic cult of all time. How can anyone possibly expect anything good from a so-called pope? Catholicism aligning with Islam does not surprise me in the least, and no doubt puts a smile on Lucifer. Christians, wrote the Pope, are expecting something from you other than vague and harmless declarations that may obscure reality. We continued on. It seems to me that on pretext of openness, tolerance, and Christian charity. Well, this was a letter written by another guy, pardon me, by a guy by the name of, his code name is Joe Dawn. Joe Dawn. That, yeah. He wrote a letter in, it was actually in Facebook. This is what he said: "It seems to me that on the pretext of openness, tolerance, and Christian charity, the Catholic Church has fallen into the trap of the liberal left-wing ideology which is destroying the West. Anything that does not espouse to this ideology is immediately stigmatized in the name of political correctness. Many think that a certain number of your positions are aligned with ideology, and that from complacency. You go from concessions to concessions and compromises in compromises at the expense of the truth." Muhammad was not a good man, having beheaded 800 Jewish men and boys and ordered the death of both women and those who insulted him. In addition, he ordered 65 military campaigns or raids at least in the last 10 years of his life, and encouraged his men to rape enslaved women. Some wrote back, "You shouldn't criticize something you know nothing about. Every faith is tested by evil forces, but there are good and bad people in all faiths." His answer: "I grew up Catholic. I was an older boy from age 6 until 18. I have studied the Catechism, first-hand knowledge of the inner workings of the Catholic religion. I've studied Mormonism, Adventism, Jehovah's Witness, Islam, Luther, and for dozens of years studied and continue to study the Bible. Do I know everything? Of course not, but I can smell a skunk. Would you like a list sometime of all the things the Catholics do that is directly against the Bible? Do some research online and read the words of God. Then tell me how much I don't know about this satanic cult." I thought that was pretty good coming off the news media.
What newspaper was that?
I did because I had to cut and paste. It was all broken up.
No.
And so, this one comes from EP, page 81, paragraph 3. Yep, eternity past.
Go ahead.
Abraham learned from the fugitives the story of the calamity that had befallen his nephew. All his affections for him was awakened, and he determined that he should be rescued. Seeking divine counsel, Abraham prepared for a war. From his own encampment, he summoned 318 trained servants, men trained in the fear of God, in the service of their master, and in the practice of arms. His confederates, Mamre, Eshcol, Aner, joined him. Together they started in pursuit of the invaders. The Elamites had camped at Dan, on the northern border of Canaan. Flushed with the victory, they had given themselves up to reveling. The patriarch came upon the encampment by night. His attack, so vigorous and unexpected, resulted in speedy victory. The king of Elam was slain, and his panic-stricken forces routed. Lot and his family, and all the prisoners of Israel recovered, and a rich booty fell into the hands of the victors. I thought it was quite interesting. I know that there's a lot at the SDA church where I've been, is that arms is taboo. But you read, Peter had a sword. Everybody had a sword. In fact, it says supposed to sell your coat and buy a sword. Right? Mhm. Because the police don't get there all the time in time. And if Abraham did not have good men trained in arms, Lot would not have come back. We don't need to necessarily rely upon those things. I have no weapons myself, but those that do, it is, as far as I can read through the Bible, Ellen White's writings, it's not evil.